Welcome to Geeklish, where we make learning English as fun as leveling up in your favorite RPG or assembling your ultimate Avengers team. Today, we're going to unlock some superpowers in your English speaking, specifically 5 scientifically backed techniques that can instantly make your spoken English more natural, fluid, and confident. If you've ever felt like your English is stiff, overly correct, or you just freeze mid-sentence, this video is for you. Think of this as equipping your character with the right items before a boss fight. You don't just want stats. You want skills that make you survive and thrive in real conversations. So why is this video important? Because so many English learners feel stuck. You can understand movies, games, or comics. But when it's time to actually speak, it's like your brain hits a pause button. That pause? Science calls it cognitive overload, or simply the pressure that blocks your neural pathways for speech. Don't worry, it's not your fault. It's your brain being extra cautious under stress. But just like any hero in a saga, you can learn strategies to break through that block and wield your English like a master. And I promise, by the end of this video, you'll have 5 concrete techniques to start practicing today. 1. Use fillers like a Jedi uses the Force. Let's start with something that might sound trivial, but is incredibly powerful. Fillers. These are tiny words or sounds that fill silence while you organize your thoughts. Think of them as a Jedi mind trick. They don't carry meaning themselves, but they keep your brain and your listener in the loop. Words like, For example, I was thinking, maybe we could, go to that new cafe later. Notice how the fillers give you a little breathing room? Without them, you might feel like your speech is frozen, like Captain America caught in the ice for decades. Geek tip. You can observe this in every Marvel interview or Twitch stream. Streamers often say, or, when they're thinking but don't want dead air. Using these strategically makes your English feel human, not robotic. But remember, too much is like spamming emotes in Discord. It can become distracting. The trick is moderation. 2. Discourse markers. Your conversation cheat codes. Next up are discourse markers. These are like in-game shortcuts for your dialogue. Words like so, well, anyway. Imagine you're explaining a plan to your D&D party. Starting with, well, here's the quest. Immediately gives context and keeps everyone on track. For example, well, I guess we could try the new strategy. So what do you think? Notice how wells, I guess, and so make the sentence flow more naturally. Without them, it's like giving instructions without a HUD. You might be correct, but it's harder for others to follow. Pro tip, you'll see these a lot in geeky podcasts. Incorporate them gradually, and your English will start sounding like a native gamer explaining tactics in real time. Now, let's add some attitude markers. These words express your personal opinion, emotion, or stance, giving your speech flavor. They're the equivalent of adding your character's unique class or skill points. Suddenly, your speech isn't just correct, it's you. Examples include, honestly, frankly, unfortunately, thankfully. If you ask me, I'm afraid. For example, honestly, I think Loki's plan was genius, but unfortunately, it didn't end well. Attitude markers do 2 things. They make your speech more expressive and give your brain a guide for delivering emphasis, like a director guiding a scene. Using them is like adding your own commentary during a gaming live stream. You make your opinion clear while staying natural. Geek tip. Watch interviews with actors from Marvel or Star Wars panels. They're full of honestly, frankly, and I'm afraid, making their speech engaging even in off-the-cuff moments. Try mimicking them in practice sessions. 4. Emphasis words. Cast spells that hit hard. The 4th technique is using emphasis words. These are your magic spells, amplifying what you want to say. Words like definitely, absolutely, actually, totally, obviously, indeed, undoubtedly strengthen your statements and help you avoid flat, robotic sentences. For example, I absolutely love this new Star Wars series versus I love this new Star Wars series. See the difference? The first one hits like Thor's hammer, while the second is just a gentle tap. Emphasis words give your speech weight and emotion, helping listeners connect with your point of view. Geek tip. Think of this as applying buffs to your dialogue. Just like Thor doesn't throw Mjolnir without a purpose, don't sprinkle emphasis words randomly. Use them where they make your point shine. 5. Hedges. Soften your blades. Finally, we have hedges. Imagine you're in a tense negotiation in Star Trek. You want to express your opinion, but not start a war. That's what hedges do. I think, maybe, kind of, sorta. They allow you to give an opinion softly, without forcing certainty. For example, I think the movie was kind of boring. Instead of bluntly saying, the movie was boring, hedges let you sound thoughtful and flexible. They're perfect for teamwork in professional or social settings, like coordinating a raid in World of Warcraft, or discussing tactics in a Pathfinder campaign. Geek tip. Hedging is subtle but powerful. Combine them with fillers and discourse markers for ultimate naturalness. For instance, well, I think, maybe we could try this strategy next round. Combining all 5 techniques. Here's where it gets fun. When you combine fillers, discourse markers, attitude markers, emphasis words, and hedges, your English suddenly levels up. Think of it as equipping the infinity gauntlet. Each gem adds a new layer of power. Example sentence, basic. I think we should go now. With all techniques, well, frankly, I think, maybe we should definitely try going now. Obviously, it could work better this way. Boom. The sentence is longer, more fluid, expressive, and natural. Like watching Doctor Strange weave multiple spells together. It looks complex, but every piece has a purpose. Why these techniques work. These strategies aren't random. They're backed by cognitive science and second language acquisition research. Fillers give your brain time to plan without stopping communication. Discourse markers organize information, easing processing load for both speaker and listener. Attitude markers and emphasis words engage emotional and social brain circuits, while hedges modulate certainty, reducing stress and anxiety. Think of your brain as the bat computer. These techniques optimize its functions in real time, letting you respond faster, sound natural, and interact confidently. Practical tips for daily practice. Observe native speakers. Movies, podcasts, Twitch streams, and interviews are treasure troves. Pay attention to how they use fillers, discourse markers, and hedges. Shadowing. Repeat what you hear immediately, like a shadow. This is like learning combos in a fighting game. You don't just read the move list, you practice until it's muscle memory. Record yourself. Narrate your day or explain a game strategy. Playback helps you notice missing attitude markers or natural emphasis. Micro practice. Use one technique per day in short speaking sessions. For example, Wednesday could be filler day, Thursday discourse markers, etc. Common pitfalls. Overusing fillers can make you sound unsure. Remember, moderation is key. Emphasis words can feel exaggerated if forced. Context matters. Hedges shouldn't be so strong that your opinion disappears. You want flexibility, not vagueness. The key is awareness. Just like mastering a new class in a game, it takes practice to integrate these skills without thinking. Geek-friendly challenge. Here's a fun challenge to level up your English. Pick a 30-second clip from a Marvel or Star Wars interview. Listen and transcribe all fillers, discourse markers, emphasis words, attitude markers, and hedges. Then, shadow it. Repeat it aloud, mimicking tone, rhythm, and word choice. Record yourself and compare. This is basically a raid where your goal is fluency. If you want to take it further, check out our shadowing playlist. I'll leave the link in the description. You can practice with real dialogues, movie lines, and even epic gamer moments. It's like having a side quest in English that actually levels your speaking skills. By integrating these 5 techniques, fillers, discourse markers, attitude markers, emphasis words, and hedges, your English will feel more alive, like you're not just reciting spells from a textbook, but casting them in real time. Think of your sentences as action sequences. The right combo of words, timing, and expression can transform ordinary speech into fluent, confident dialogue. Remember, consistency is key. Even 10 minutes a day practicing one technique can drastically improve your fluency. And, just like training in the simulator before a boss fight, these exercises prepare you for real-life conversations where you can finally shine. So are you ready to make your English unstoppable? Start small, practice daily, observe native speakers, record yourself, and slowly combine all techniques. Your English is a superhero in the making. It just needs the right gadgets and spells to come alive. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you won't miss any new tips from Geeklish.